Greetings, beautiful souls. Thank you for walking with me on this wonderful transforming journey from three-dimensional survival being into fifth-dimensional evolving multidimensional being. So we are about a day before the full moon. We can experience the heaviness, the chaos, exhaustion, just the usual full moon thingy, right? So let's share a little bit more of wisdom on it, where we are, what is it happening, and where we can go with this. From wisdom from under the tree, or the wisdom from the tree, from my backyard, is a beautiful pine tree that I love very much, and I always feel it's like filled with so much of wisdom and so much of love, and sometimes I just come and put my hands over its bark and just thank it for it. So on the Monday, on the August 8th, we walked through Lion's Gate. Now everybody gets excited about these events, right? The Lion Gates open, it aligned to Sirius. Now we do know that the Sirius is a place of the Akashic records, right? So it's kind of like plunge us to this knowledge and the wisdom and the history and understanding ourselves. Now if you walk through that gate with the unconditional love, you also step into a field of infinite possibilities. Now you may say like, okay, we talk about the infinite possibilities. In field of the infinite possibilities is 100% a real field, because you are the manifestor of your life. You can manifest everything. So if you step into this field with love, you make the passage. So let's say, there's a gate and you make your race and you found love within you and you walk through that gate and you made it to the other side. But what comes next? Usually we all think like, oh, make it to the other side, this is really good and I can relax. Well, you can relax a little bit. But what happened next, if you really made it, you will be met with chaos, resistance, and perhaps even procrastination. Now, chaos, resistance, and procrastination are just a form of fears. We know that, right? And you wonder, well, I have overcome my fears. I've worked through my fears. I did such a great, diligent work. Why am I plagued with the fears again? So let's say this time it may not be completely your fault that you are plagued with the fears. You are changing, you are making this shift from the three-dimensional physical cellular structure of your body into fifth-dimensional cellular structure of your body so you can stay and thrive in this world, right? We are not going for the ascension tomorrow. We need to make this literally physical, chemical, cellular changes within our body to host a higher soul-mind consciousness. Now, once in a while, this body is going to have a hiccup and it will present you with some kind of the issues and the troubles or the something that you will be questioning. So let's say the body is talking to you. The consciousness within you is talking to you. And let's say you take these 3 steps forward and suddenly the resistance will come and procrastinations will come and exhaustion will come and you go like, okay, I have to take a step back. Well, why not? Why not to get used to it? That we take 3 steps forward and 1 step back. You are still 2 solid steps in forward moving. That is not bad at all. Now, we know that we are born in the human bodies. You host your beautiful alien extraterrestrial consciousness within the human vessel. The human vessel is animal. It is animal vessel, and we know that the animal vessel has a beautifully developed ego. Ego is your fierce protector. It protects you from anything. It will protect you from whatever you can find behind that lion's gate. It doesn't know it. It doesn't know all your ways of the study and your ideas and dream and desires. It just knows, I have to protect you and you walk into forbidden territory that I do not know. Let me get you back as fast as I can. And so through your cellular body, action and reaction, it will start creating these feelings of resistance. And suddenly, you may get that right book or the help on your way, or you can start observing and fabulous synchronicity happening in your life, you kind of get back and you says, what is it happening? This is not used to. I'm not used to this. This is usually not happening to me. Something definitely must go wrong eventually, right? Why? Why it should go wrong? That is the old consciousness within the body. Why you cannot have a life of a beautiful synchronicities, one following into another. You think about something and somehow it appears in your house. And I don't mean that it appears out of the thin air. I mean that, a friend brings it to you, or family member gives you with something that you just wanted, or you were thinking about some kind of the knowledge you were looking for, and you just happen to open that web page that talks about it, or happen to come across that book that just talk about it, what you were thinking about yesterday. That is synchronicity. Synchronicity is not a coincidence. You are synchronizing your energy with the events in your life. Now let's take a step back a little bit and let's go back into the resistance. So the body was not designed for it. Our soul, mind, consciousness, definitely. But the body says, I don't know. Even our body has consciousness. It has that soul, mind, consciousness that you become fully aware within the body. And there's still power fight of the ego who says, let me protect you. The synchronicity, I don't know about that. Yep, it is. It can be a mess. So what do you do with it? You recognize it. You recognize when you become resistant. You recognize when you start procrastinate. You recognize when there's a chaos within your life. And you take that one step back. Don't worry, you're gonna make it forward again. You're gonna take a step back and you says, okay, so I recognize the fears. Why am I afraid of? You'd be surprised how many people are afraid of love. How many people are afraid of being successful? How many people are afraid of the feeling worthy? Because one day there can be somebody who tells you, nope, you're not that. It really doesn't matter what other people think. What matters is what you are thinking, what you believe in. But you need to start understanding it. Now, if you're listening what I'm saying and following me, which I know many of you do, you start to be very conscious of your action and reaction process in your life. So if my action is I start resisting and I realize that I may be afraid to be successful, then of course the bodily reaction, the physical reaction, the emotional and mental reaction will follow that subconscious fear. So then I'm gonna take it step back and I will observe why I'm afraid of it. Why? Ask all that. Why? Have your why journal. Remember we had a cry journal? Now it will be why journal. And eventually there will be something that's gonna come out of you. But I was, what it could be. Oh, there's some mosquitoes here. But I was ridiculous when I was 9 years old. Yes, that happened. Unfortunately, that have happened to you. Should you be afraid for the rest of your life because you were ridiculous for something when you were 9 years old? Or when something happened? Or when mom couldn't love you the way as you needed to be loved? Or where somebody betrayed you and somebody rejected you? See? Those other people may not even be aware of what they have done to you or be consciously aware of it. But you do suffer. You hold yourself away from that field of the infinite possibilities. So resonate with it, and then you start making those steps forward. Be brave, be heart-centered, be compassionate, be forgiving, be you. Create a way of life, how you're gonna keep moving forward. Now, the good part of it, so we know the bad part, we know that you have to start observing why are you feeling resistance, why are you feeling bug here, I'm sorry. Why are you feeling resistance? Why are you feeling procrastination? Why is this chaos going? Does it really affect you as bad as you think it is? So you start understanding it. That means you stabilize yourself. You try to feel as neutral as possible. And then you start give feedback to your body for all the synchronicity. You will literally start calibrating your body to this new energy, that what you are thinking is manifesting actually in your life faster than you were ever used to before. Which means just to acknowledge it. It says, wow, I just thought about it, it came to my life. How wonderful it is. I am so grateful. Thank you, universe. Thank you, everybody who made my life just better. And that's all what it is. There's no need to brag about it or boost your ego about it. It is a very subtle, a very gentle kind of the energy. Action and reaction. Something have happened, your reaction is to be grateful and get feedback to your body. Now, why your body? Your body has electromagnetic field, right? It is the electromagnetic field within your body that's attracting all of this in your field, in your house, in your neighborhood, in your work. It works exactly like that. See, your soul-mind consciousness is evolved. It has been probably living in some fabulous places that you remember, right? Like Pleiadian, Andromeda, Sirius, or anywhere else. But yet it is learning to adjust in this human vessel, which is a difficult task. It's not as an easy task as it looks like. Now, the soul-mind consciousness needs to literally become compatible with your electric field within your body. That's your nervous system. So it can become compatible with your electromagnetic field, that every single cell, organ, blood, bone is vibrating from the inside out. That is that program that literally creates your reality. Now, if you went that far and that fifth dimensional coincidences, synchronicity is happening, that you want to make it normal and you don't want to really take 5 steps back through the resistance. So you start to give that feedback, and it's going to be happening more and more. Now that way you are becoming a master of your life. Let's use a little metaphor here. Very simple metaphor. Let's say that when you were a child, you learned to drive a bike. Now your parents were kind and good parents, and they put a little training wheels on the side of your bike. And so you drove first, a little bit fearfully with your helping wheels, then you got your confidence, and then you drove like a demon all around the neighborhood. And then your parents finally says, okay, it's time to take off your training wheels. And then you were kind of a little wobbly, and maybe you fell off, and maybe you didn't feel confident until you realize, I can drive the bike, it's super easy. And again, you draw it like a demon. That is exactly what is happening to you now. You are learning to take your training wheels off. In the fifth dimensional energy, there's no training wheels. In the fifth dimensional energy, there's no up and down with the full moon. There's just stabilization. I now am coming into full moon energy. I know that the world is chaotic. There's a lot of chaos going around. And I'm gonna neutralize myself, and I will not react. Wow, right? I will not react for the time of the being. And I will become at this very centerpiece, and I let the world revive around me for a little bit. You become a North Star, where you let everything spin around you until you feel it's time, to be an active again and put your actions into the field so you can reap the reactions that you would like to see. You will always receive what you give. So, I hope this will help you. You hear a lot of noise in my neighborhood, but you know what? It is okay. We neutralize ourselves through it, and it's completely fine. So you have a fabulous full moon, and try to give your body a feedback, recognize your resistance and procrastination, and let's neutralize ourselves and let's keep moving forward. This is the field of infinite possibilities. I bet you that many of us have walked through this field several times every year, but we got kicked off by the resistance. We were so afraid of the new things and events that are happening in our life that may not make a sense or may not fit in your life, and so much on. So we were kind of like kicked off before in the front of the gate. So let's stay behind the gate. Let's walk with the lions. Let's be brave. Remember the tarot card Strength? The woman taming the lion with the infinite symbol about her head? Let's be her for the next 2 weeks, okay? All right, everybody. I love you so much. You have a fabulous next 2 weeks, and I'll see you soon. Laugh and light from my heart to yours.